All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are exploring the incredible and, sometimes pretty unsettling new world where artificial intelligence and human creativity are colliding. The source material for this explainer calls it the canvas of code. And to set the stage, we're introduced to this amazing character, Zoran the Dragon, who puts it so poetically. The cosmos hums a new tune, a symphony of silicone and soul. This really gets at the heart of it, doesn't it? We're not just talking about new software here. This is a fundamental shift in how we think about creation itself.
So, where is this new creative flame actually coming from? Well, to start, let's explore this idea of AI not as some new creator out of the blue, but as a powerful, kinda weird mirror that's reflecting our own artistic history and potential right back at us.
Okay, so the big concept here is that AI doesn't just invent things from a vacuum. It's more like a really sophisticated mirror that's been trained on this vast, incredible ocean of all the art humans have ever made. It learns our patterns, our styles, our history, and then it synthesizes something totally new. And that, right there, really challenges our whole idea of what it even means to be an artist.
And that brings us to a massive shift. I mean, for literally millennia, artistry was something only humans did. It was our thing. But now we're walking into a world where humans and machines can actually co-create. The lines are getting blurrier by the second, which is, incredibly exciting. And for some people, it's honestly a little bit terrifying.
So if those lines are blurring, what kind of new doors are opening up? Let's talk about the AI Muse Unleashed. This is where we get into the really exhilarating potential of what creative AI can do.
So how exactly does AI supercharge our creativity? Well, first off, idea generation. It can spark hundreds, even thousands of new concepts in seconds. Say goodbye to creative block. Then you've got style blending, where it can create these wild, new hybrid aesthetics that no one's ever seen before. It also makes art so much more accessible, lowering the barrier for anyone who wants to express themselves. And finally, personalization. It can tailor art specifically to what you, as an individual, want to see.
And the scale of this is just mind-boggling. We're talking thousands. An artist can now explore thousands of different takes on an idea in the amount of time it used to take to maybe sketch out just one. It's an acceleration of the creative process that's almost hard to wrap your head around.
So, here's the crucial insight from this side of the argument. AI's true power isn't about replacing human artists. It's about augmenting human creativity. Think of it as a partner, a tool for exploration that can enhance our skills instead of making them obsolete.
But that is definitely not the whole story. Now we need to pivot and look at the other side of the coin. Let's talk about the echoes in the digital void and really confront the very real risks and, frankly, the existential threats this technology brings with it.
You see, as AI gets woven into our creative lives so quickly, it brings up some really serious ethical problems and big questions about authenticity. We're suddenly dealing with massive issues like copyright, algorithmic bias, and the very real possibility of devaluing human skill and effort.
And this is one of the biggest knots we have to untangle, legally and ethically. Who actually owns a piece of AI-generated art when it's basically a remix of countless human creations that were scraped from the internet, a lot of the time without permission? Is it the person who wrote the prompt? The AI company? What about the original artists whose work it learned from? There are no easy answers here, at all.
And then there's the bias problem, right? These models are trained on data from us, from humans. And let's be honest, our data is messy. It's full of our own societal biases. So what happens is the AI outputs can end up just reflecting and even amplifying harmful stereotypes. If you ask an AI for an image of a leader, what does it consistently show you? And what does that tell us about our own collective blind spots?
This whole situation brings us to a much deeper, more philosophical debate. On one side, you have the human touch, art that's born from struggle, from joy, from lived experience. And on the other, you have the risk of a creative void, art that might be technically perfect, flawless even, but is just emotionally hollow. The big fear is, are we in danger of letting our own imaginative muscles atrophy if we start to lean on these tools too much?
So, how in the world do we navigate this tension? Where do we go from here? Our next section, Conscious Creation, lays out a possible path forward, a way to use these unbelievably powerful tools with a real sense of purpose and wisdom.
And we're back to Zoran the Dragon for some guidance here. Do not let the synthetic glow extinguish your own unique spark. For the dragon knows, the greatest canvas is the human heart. It's just a beautiful reminder that the tool should never, ever overshadow the soul of the artist.
And then, to bring that wisdom down to earth, we get this really practical take from another character, Fletcher. Approach AI tools with a clear purpose. Let AI serve your vision, not dictate it. This grounds that whole philosophy in a very clear, very actionable principle.
And this isn't just some feel-good philosophy. There's actually neuroscience to back it up. Studies suggest that the actual process of creating art, of doing it yourself, activates parts of the brain tied to emotion and reward in a way that just passively looking at stuff doesn't. The journey, the act of making it, is deeply valuable to us as humans.
So, to quickly break down these principles for conscious creation. First, intentionality. Know what you want to say before you even start. Second, mindful collaboration. Treat the AI like a partner, not some magic oracle. Third, time liberation. Use it to automate the boring, tedious tasks so you have more time for the deep, meaningful work. And finally, inner resonance. Let your unique inner self, your own voice, be the thing that guides the entire process. It all comes down to this: using the tool, not being used by it.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how do we actually put all of this into practice? Well, that brings us to our final section. Your creative trials begin. Think of these as practical exercises for any creator who's trying to figure out this wild new landscape.
The source material suggests a few dragon trials to try for yourself. First, the human-AI duet. Try making something with AI and then something similar without it. See what it adds, but also pay close attention to what it misses. Next up, the bias detector. Use really simple prompts like a leader or a beautiful person and critically analyze the output. Look for the stereotypes. And finally, the soul prompt. Before you even touch the keyboard, take a moment to meditate on your intention. Really connect with what you want to create, so the work comes from a truly authentic place.
At the end of the day, these trials are all designed to help you navigate this canvas of code with real intention to make sure that you are always the one holding the brush. So we're left with this final, absolutely crucial question. This new creative flame, it's here and it's not going anywhere. But will it be a tool that illuminates our path forward, that expands what's possible for human expression? Or, if we're not careful, will it threaten to incinerate the very essence of human art? It seems the choice, for now at least, is still very much ours to make.